Legend of Total War here with part 1.1 of my Rome Total War Let's Play roleplay campaign as Flavius Victor, leader of the Roman Julii faction. Alright, so previously it was a pretty aggressive start. We took Segesta, Medialadium, Patavium, then Corellis, Palma, landed in Massilia, and then redeclared war again on the Gauls for our second Gallic War. And we're way ahead of terms of conquest than the other factions, other Roman factions, being the Scipii have conquered 2 regions and the Brutii have only done 1 so far. So, pretty good start. Okay, I just need to quickly just adjust my aircon a little bit. Alright. Alright, so we got a little bit of damage here. If we went back to Massilia, no retraining of units there. Because last thing we did before the end of the episode was we went and checked to see balance of power. Like, their military is considered a lot stronger than us. So just because we can't, just because we haven't encountered anything particularly strong, doesn't mean they haven't got like. It's not necessarily that they're going to be quality armies. It's just lots of troops. We don't have a lot of cavalry, and we can very easily get overwhelmed. Like, when it comes to an all-cavalry army, the size of the enemy force doesn't really matter if it's all infantry, but all infantry can get very easily overwhelmed. Especially considering our pretty low-grade infantry. So, if I had to guess that the most concentrated of their forces would actually be around here. So let's head over here and just try and take them out a little bit at a time. There's no people here. Alright, I think there's, send you up this way. I think there's mercenaries. Okay, we'll just stay here for the turn because we've got no movement left anyway. All right, what can we build? Okay, let's start getting some more military buildings going. Economically, we're in reasonably good shape. With lots of slaves coming through, population growth is happening quite quickly. So that trade route's going to here, but I actually wanted to come up this way so I could get some more of those slaves. No, I didn't mean to press that. Yeah, we're not getting it, but that's okay. Yep, that seems pretty good. Let's move on. Ceasefire with Carthage. No, it's in Rome's interest to continue the war. Well, actually, I don't intend to actually go down there and fight them right now, so if they would pay me a small amount, I'd be happy to not interfere with the Scipii's doing. We could have landed in Carthage, but I decided not to. Otherwise, we basically stifle the Scipio faction, and it just will make the endgame not fun. Alright, so here they are. Alright, you should give me a little bit of money if you want trade agreement. No. Well, give me map information then. No, okay, you can go away. Ha! These guys here are blocking the path so the Gauls can't get through. But that being said, we can't trade with, settlements up this way. Not that we own them right now anyway. Decius. Julius has come of age. From where? There. Imperator. Alright. What I'll do is I'll put him in command of these troops from over here at Patavium, and we're going to send them across the Alps to meet up with the Legion. Lamonium is just a town as well. Everything's just little tiny Gallic towns with crap everywhere.
Sir! Orders! Attack! Victory! Orders, Imperator.
Alright.
Orders.
Oh, the mercenaries are... they're not here. Okay, at Massalia, we can't do that either.
Imperator.
Because the other ones were leaving no garrison here, it's not good.
Orders.
We'll fight these guys out in the field, they'll probably withdraw.
Engage the enemy. Victory!
If I fight them, I won't be able to get back here in time, so I'll have to send... there's another army over there as well. Just come back over here. I think we just need to sit tight for the time being. I don't want to lose any of these settlements. We've expanded very quickly, let's just hunker down and wait for reinforcements. That's not really going to help very much, so grab that. Probably should have gotten rid of this. Try and keep it under control as much as possible. Alright, so from here... oh, hang on. We've still got to build it up a lot if we want to get the Principes. But it's now our largest city, so maybe we should convert that to the capital, but this is more centralized. Actually, I think what I'll do over here, leave one of those Hastati behind. There's an army up over here. Go and face it head on. Can we get some cavalry from over here? I will be able to soon get some equities. Alright. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to go and blockade the port. Doesn't bother me.
Orders. March. Out of move.
What am I doing? I gotta stay behind, keep these guys protected.
Out of move, sir. Imperator.
Seems like they want to meet up with all these forces here. Should do my best to try and prevent that from happening. So stand here, and we'll fight them in this direction.
Engage the enemy. These Gauls do not need your fear. Cold steel will bring them down, just like any other men. They have been brought to the battlefield by muling infants instead of leaders. There is no advantage in numbers to either side. Therefore, skill and courage will be the keys to this day's battle. Yet, for all that, we are the stronger within ourselves. We are the greater warriors. I have never lost a battle against these people. Why should I start losing now, with men such as you at my command? Another victory is at hand. Now I say, this far and no further. Here we make a stand. You all know my worth and what I have done before. Of the foes who attacked me in the past, few ever got to boast of their success. Now, set your minds on the task to come. Strike hard. Strike without mercy!
Alright, so, there's nothing special about this army here. Just set up in the way we usually do. I keep my Triari in the reserves because I can't replace them. Save them for something important.
Units! Units! Fire at will! Units! Stand and fight!
just want to stay in range of my missile units. Fine by me. Get us some free kills. Just what? Okay. All right, let's push forward on this flank here. Oops. You guys march forward as well. Let's go over here. Yeah, he's got cavalry there to deal with. You go provide backup. What do we got here? Warband. Let's back off. What are these? Barbarian cavalry. Okay, move up forward. Oh, they're trying to get away. No. Here to cut them off to kill them. I thought they were just going to take higher ground or something. Well, take different ground.
Be praised! The enemy general is killed! Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts!
Okay, I let them run for too long. It's going to be too difficult to catch up to them now. So, a large chunk of them is probably going to get away. The infantry is not going to catch up to them, but maybe the cavalry can get some of them. Let's let them in on that. They don't charge very well into the rear of units that are running away. They have to be stationary. So that didn't really go so well if we didn't get them all.
From the battlefield.
But we still handily beat them. Nearly 10-to-1 kill ratio. No, we definitely didn't wipe them out. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Orders?
So just looking at Palmer. I mean, we could reinforce our units from here if there was any population left here. There's just no manpower. That'd be better. Public order's fine. Going with this will provide a bit of money as well.
General.
Here's the problem. We can't really move in any direction while we're completely surrounded. So we'll stay here, and if they decide to make an attack or something, I need to get these guys out of the south into the north so I can push them all back. Because as soon as I move up north, they'll just besiege the settlement. We'll lose our gains there. Okay, so we can start recruiting some cavalry. So with the Legion there, 2 loads of equities. Let's some war dogs. Well, they take a little while to recruit, so let's start with equities. We'll get Principes over here soon. Those will be good. We need population growth. Don't like Velites. And the reason I haven't disbanded them from that unit yet is just because we haven't got a full stack anyway.
Fleet ready.
Oh, right. Whoops. Oh well, I'm not going to break the peace treaty. I'll send that back. Could bring those guys over here once there's some peasants able to be recruited, but it's not available yet. Okay, moving on. So we're just running into a bit of problem of depleted manpower, that's all. Okay, here's the problem. You need to lift this siege here, but you can't fight the battle manually, so don't fail me.
Engage the enemy. Victory! No more moves, sir.
So that's good. Alright, so I think we need to fight these guys back to Lugdunum. Meet up with them. So you're going to be the governor of Massilia.
Forward. Orders. Orders.
Let's leave them behind.
Engage the enemy. Victory! Orders. General.
He's not able to withdraw, so let's fight him. It's probably got some high ground there, but we've still got a much better army.
I carry on my body many great scars, honorably earned in battle. I have fought many a foe in open combat. I come to fight today. Who stands with me? Today we go into battle against the Gauls. Warriors both worthy and brave in equal measure. They stand alone. No friend has come to this place to die for them. Does this not say something about their honor? They're standing among nations? This army is fully 1/4 of all our warriors. Imagine how we look to our enemies and take heart from that thought. Our people expect great things of us, and we are the men to do great things. They have been led here by strutting fools and blustering morons. Now they will pay the price. The count of our warriors is vastly greater than theirs, so unless we fight like old women or idiots, victory is certain. They are strong in cavalry, and this will require inventive thought today, as we lack enough spearmen to counter them. I have never yet lost a fight against these men.
Alright, that's enough.
I have no...
This goes on and on and on. Okay. So they've got some cavalry, and, you know, we have some spearmen, but not enough apparently. But their cavalry's mostly trash, so we should be fine. It's too early in the game for them to have high quality stuff, and all their towns are like little villages. Plus they completely deplete their manpower by constantly recruiting. I'd prefer them to take out the barbarian cavalry, but this is still good enough. Counter charge over here. Strange that they're sending their general in first. It's okay, if we kill him, the rest of this will be easy.
Great gods be praised! The enemy general is killed! Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts!
Okay, don't want to use this unit anymore, it's taking too much damage. Thin out those cavalry a little bit. Alright, charge into them. And with that, the battle's pretty much over.
The enemy army is in flight! Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield!
Alright. Good kill ratio, more than 10 to 1.
Victory! Imperator!
So those guys there were beaten back from Massilia.
General! Move out!
Our next stop is
No more
Londonum.
moves, sir.
Yes, Master. Moving. Moves depleted, sir.
Yeah, like I said, there's no point recruiting Town Watch or anything, or even Hastati at this stage. Let's go up a tier.
Fleet ready! Yes, Captain!
Actually, if we send the boats back here, they might be able to transport them over here a little bit faster than having to cross the Alps. Okay, all construction going on. And let's move on. See, this is what I was afraid of. You move from one area,
We're under siege!
they're all over the place. That's the problem. Oh well. So the town has grown. Which town though? This one. Good.
Ready to sail! Set sail!
So over here, when we upgrade the Legion barracks, we can get ourselves Principes. And look at the difference at the quality. Morale seems more or less the same. It all just comes down to slightly more armor, that's all. That's the only difference. At least they don't cost more. Well, in upkeep, which is the only thing that really matters, I think. So it's a slight improvement. Actually, him standing there is fairly useful because anyone that decides to come down here has to deal with them first. So they need to be retrained, but, you know, population here is low.
Orders?
I'd like to take this off them, but we can't leave behind our troops. We have to go back there and try and save them.
Engage the enemy! Victory! Engage the enemy!
Oof. We got a lot of generals to deal with. That's going to be a big problem. Oh. Gotta save our troops. Like I said, manpower is so low at the moment that we can't afford to waste any legionaries.
I carry on my body many great scars, honorably earned in battle. I have fought many a foe in open combat. I come to fight today. Who stands with me? These Gauls do not need your fear. Cold steel will bring them down, just like any other men. You are one of the largest armies our people have ever sent to war. Take comfort in this, but know that it is also a burden. We are a mighty force, but mighty deeds are expected. So have no fear. Your deeds will live forever. They have been whipped to the battlefield like cattle for slaughter. We outnumber them comfortably, but that should not be seen as an excuse not to fight hard. Why let your brother carry your burden? They will, unless completely unthinking, try to use the woods to screen some of their troops. The enemy will undoubtedly try to slaughter us at a distance. We must charge home and stop their cowardly plan. Now I say, this far and no further. Here we make a stand. You all know my worth and what I have done before. Of the foes who attacked me in the past, few ever got to boast of their success. The seer can offer no guidance for this day. So we must grasp our own fates and make what we will of them with an iron purpose. So, let your battle cry be, victory! Victory and glory to Rome!
Alright then. So it would definitely be in our best interests to try and defeat the first army before the second one arrives. Because if 3 generals' bodyguard charge into us, that would be a big problem.
The enemy have brought up more men.
So yeah, we need to move fast. Even though we've got more soldiers than the enemy... Oh god, they're coming in our flank. Try and harass them off the area there. Doesn't look like that shot got any kills, but I'm sure it did some hit point damage. Just gotta stay close to the army, but also at the same time herd them away.
The enemy general
What a
flees.
coward.
Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too.
I'd expect that guy to come back. Shoot anything, shoot them. Probably not a good idea for the general to go too far away from the army, but they should, their morale should hold. And he's a good commander. Return. Oh shit, one of our units broke. Return over here and charge them in the rear. Funny how we're sacrificing. We're not sacrificing, it's costing us more men than we're trying to save, but it's also defeating the Gauls. These men out here needed to be defeated eventually. Gauls, that is. Right, that's one warlord down. No, the other one got away, so there's only one left, and he's about to run away. This unit here is ruined. But it didn't have any experience, so it's not that big of a loss. So this is where we had to really use the reserves of the Triarii. Save them for a battle like this where we needed to
The gods be praised!
have a bit of a difficult
The
fight.
enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
Yeah, just try and finish off as many of them as we can, because like they're very close to the red line here, so we're not going to get that many of them. All right. So managed to kill 79%. Probably neither army is wiped out.
All Rome will be amazed at such a
Actually, no, this one here, the main army, was gone. But the other one still got 159 men. Don't forget the other guy, the general of that one of them got away. Oh, they had a fort there. Yeah, so those two there, part of the retreating force. So we managed to save him. You know, but our manpower is getting quite low out here. If we have a look at Gallic Forces, they're plummeting. Militarily, their manpower must be terrible, even more so. They've got 5 regions from which they're recruiting from, which they can recruit from. Right, stay here for the turn. Hang on, I think there's some mercenaries. I'll keep the barbarian cavalry, at least for now, but the barbarian mercenaries, I'll disband them
Out of mood, sir.
so that I can recruit peasants here so that this guy here doesn't have to stay there. Alright, so we got some equities now.
Yes, Captain.
I'm not really a big fan of these units.
Forward!
I have them disband here to increase the population of Batavium. And just have peasants there. Okay, now we can recruit peasants here. And maybe send these guys. Actually, that is what I'll do. Because I could use all the reinforcements I can
Ready to
get.
sail. Set sail. Out of mood, sir.
Let's move on. I mean, it would be easier for us to just recruit only Hastati, or just recruit a lot of Hastati right now. That is available to us, but of course it'll deplete our manpower. We want these settlements to grow. Take the settlement of Salona. Let's... No, we're a bit busy right now, Senate. Tell someone else to do it. That's the Broody Eye's job.
Ready to sail. Yes, Captain. Leaving the army.
Got to be somewhat careful that they
Aye,
don't
Captain. Yes, Captain.
get caught out at sea.
Orders.
Need to meet these two units up.
Aye, Captain. Yes, Captain. Orders. Fleet ready. Aye, aye, Captain. No more moves, sir. Yes, Master. Searching for clues.
For every settlement that we take away from them, that's one less area that they can get their stupid warbands from. Population 1,000. So, very low population. But also, to enslave them means more population growth over here.
General. Sir. Imperator. General. Imperator. Imperator.
What about this? I think we just, even if we do lose Narbo, we need to make a run for Lugdunum.
March. General. March. Imperator. Imperator. Imperator.
So standing here gives us a chance to bring these guys over,
Orders. Orders.
and they'll catch up shortly.
Orders.
Well, in terms of units, the Legion's as strong as it's ever been, but these units are in really bad shape.
Ready to sail.
Are there any mercenaries there?
Sir.
No. Okay, moving on. Tons of cash, but like I said, it's more a case of manpower. Don't want to deplete Italy's manpower for the sake of crappy gains out here. We can deal with what we've got, we're fine. Alright, so they didn't besiege Narbo, which means Lugdunum is as good as mine.
Imperator. Imperator. Sir. Sir. Leaving the army. Engage the enemy.
So for the gates to be open, but no such luck.
Settlement under siege, sir. General. Orders. Forward. Ready to sail. Yes, Captain. Leaving the army. All ashore.
You'll be a little bit careful because these guys here could come out and attack them, but in which case we just withdraw.
Aye, Captain. siege, sir!
Yeah, I'll hire the mercenaries here to make sure that they don't. It's really just for population as well, disbanding them as colonists. Moving on. Hang on, did I build the... Yep, build the rams.
Settlement under siege, sir!
Should be an easy victory here. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trading with them. If they could deter them from attacking us, that'd be good. I'll offer them map information as well. Good, we get an idea of the size of the Germans. So Scipio have actually landed over here. That's unusual. Usually they'd go for Carthage.
General! Sir! Onward!
And there we have a full stack. But unfortunately this is just a little town, so there's no way we'd be able to retrain any of them after this fight. There's very little hopes of proper reinforcements. So these guys, which ones? These ones here are the equivalent of like town watch, and I don't want town watch in my army.
I carry on my body many great scars, honorably earned in battle. I have fought many a foe in open combat. I come to fight today. Who stands with me? Today we fight against monsters. The Gauls, they are dangerous, mad, and hairy beyond reason. In victory, they are always heartless. On this field stand 1 in 4 of our people's warriors. We are enough then to win great honor and do great service. This and more, I have no doubts that you will do. They have been lulled into a false sense of security by a few feet of defensive wall, as if that will protect them. We outnumber them by a small margin. From such small beginnings are great victories crafted. These people have yet to taste victory at my expense. Today will be no different, so lay into them with a will. Now then, look to your front. Mark your target when it comes!
Okay, so we got reinforcements, enemy reinforcements coming in from the east. They need to be prevented from arriving, so it might be best if we attack from the east as well. Ugh, our army's starting to look a bit worn out. Okay, just one ram will do. Actually, when do we get you doing it? Good, there they come from, and let's get organised. Shouldn't need the Triari. And you just go knock down a section of wall. Might be an idea actually to send them over here to get started on thinning them out. Seems like they want to go around us. Nope. If you want to get into the settlement, you have to go through us.
Our soldiers are at the gates. Now they must batter a way through.
They do have some skirmishes of their own, but it's not going to do much.
gate is down! Our battering ram has done its work!
And they're pretty much enveloped here.
The enemy general flees! Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too! The enemy army is in flight! Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield!
Okay, come over this side here so you can shoot them.
Gods be praised! The enemy general is killed! Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts!
Alright, well the reinforcing army got obliterated. Nothing left of that. Now it's just time to assault the settlement. So let them despair now. No reinforcements will come to save them. Well, no more reinforcements. The reinforcements failed. Whatever. Okay, so the units that I probably shouldn't send in, damaged ones, that actually have experience, which I wouldn't mind retraining them. Now, I don't really want to send this guy in, even though he's like essentially useless. I want to disband them to increase the population somewhere. Probably here, actually, so I can put peasants here, which would be cheaper. What's this? Oh, Barbarian Warlord. Well, they're in reasonably good shape, so that's okay. So down. And whilst going on, I want you guys attacking this. Who are you? Oh shit. No, I don't want you there. Get organized. Why let's say they're losing against Warband. Okay, with him surrounded now, he's going to get himself wrecked.
Great gods be praised! The enemy general is killed! Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts!
I can't charge into the rear of them. Well, with the cavalry, but these guys can pincer them. Start finishing them off. We're taking too many casualties. Pull back.
The gods
Every
be
last one
praised.
of these Gauls dead.
The enemy's heart. This is
Okay, a lot of our men dead for not really much of a prize, but also a lot of Gauls dead. Like I said, the main prize here is the fact that we can stop them from recruiting here. And slaves from here can be sent to Arretium. And other settlements. But yeah, like I said, nothing here of great value. Right, so this unit here, I'm going to disband him. And I should have just enough to recruit peasants. Yeah, only just. Now the entire army here. Not... Why can't we move? We're out of movement.
Orders, Imperator. Sir, Imperator. Orders, Imperator.
Oh, there must be... Oh yeah, this unit in here. Okay, well then next turn, I'm going to send them back to Italy, back to Arretium for retraining. Because they're just running on fumes here, and there's no retraining possibilities. I'm not hiring peasants into the army. They won't do anything. Now that might mean while we're gone, some of these settlements might get retaken, but we just have to make do with it. Now, what might be good for you is take a town watch unit and make a fort out here to slow down their approach on Massilia, depending on how long it takes us to get retrained. But whatever the case is, when we come back here, we'll easily retake everything. They're not going to recover their armies so easily, especially they must be depleting their manpower as well. Okay. And in just one more turn we'll have access to Principes. Okay, moving on. Okay, now if we want to get home, we have to cut our way through these guys here. Pretty sure this guy we've already fought before. He's a damn coward. How old are you now? 59 years old. Probably won't get another episode out of you, so we'll fight until you die. But let me just have another last little look to see who should be the heir. Preferably someone young. This guy's a total cheapskate, which is very much like me. But would that make for a good general, good faction leader? This guy here's got some good units, good traits. Which one is it? Understanding of logistics. Untruthful. Can be useful. Marcus Julius will come of age next turn. We'll see how he looks.
Imperator. Orders. Attack! Victory! Engage the enemy.
Yeah, biggest problem here are these two.
I carry on my body many great scars, honorably earned in battle. I have fought many a foe in open combat. I come to fight today. Who stands with me? These Gauls do not need your fear. Cold steel will bring them down.
Okay, it's only a minor battle, so let's not worry about a speech this time. Alright boys, if you can cut through here, you get to go home and have a bit of a rest. Back to Italy instead of filthy Gaul. We're all tired. We're all sore. But you can do this. Actually, what am I doing? Everyone's inching each other closer just a little bit at a time. Good. Every little shot that we get on the general's bodyguard, that really helps. Hold your ground. Maybe we should put them on guard mode so they don't break formation. A little bit concerned about sending the cavalry up ahead, because they'll run into barbarian warlords, which they won't get to be. These guys here got shot to shit on that charge. They've been severely weak and we outnumber them 3 to 1. Take them out.
The enemy general flees! Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too!
I'd like to kill him, but he probably got away there. Our units aren't going to be able to catch up to them. Well, unless we shoot him, good job, archers. Well done. Deserve a commendation for that.
It is time to press the attack.
Alright, so, yep, still shooting there, that's good. Cavalry around the back of them. Excellent. Good, you just managed to dodge them. I didn't want them to engage, just want them to stand at the back here. Shit. To cut off their escape. But while he's away from the army, let's move in closer and shoot them. How many units has he got? 47. Alright, the general should be able to beat that. Bit of a horse sandwich, motherfucker. Okay, since he's winded, you might just be able to catch him. Fuck off. Got him.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear and now they flee!
You lot stop shooting. And good, minimal casualties have been taken. Good. And now to go home.
Victory! Orders.
Flavius, Julius, Victor. You'll go by ship.
March! No more moves, sir.
I'm just thinking that it might be an okay idea to leave some of these badly damaged units behind. Because we're going to replace them with Principes now anyway. There's a fort there, so if I could just fit this into a unit, so it's like barely anything left, its upkeep will be nearly nothing. Good. Alright, so that means I don't need to use this unit for it. So next time we leave this guy here behind. I can't merge him into any other unit right now. There's no point in that. We could try again with this one here. If I... There'll be one man left. So yeah, I mean, it's got 2 experience, but so does that one. So that one there is... It's like just about free upkeep. Alright, cool. So you'll actually, you'll build the fort, because these guys need to keep going. So this is grown now. Let's get the Legion Barracks going. I don't like Cavalry Auxilia. Alright, Principe. And then we don't really need a lot of cash. I mean, we're pretty good for that at the moment, but it's largely because we don't have a large military. So I'm just thinking, what if we get the Blacksmith to make our units better? Yeah, since this is our main recruitment settlement, let's make sure the troops we have are as good as they possibly can be. Okay, good enough, let's move on. So yeah, Gaul still has more armies, but it's just time for us to go back. Retrain new armies. I don't want an alliance with them, they can go away. Yeah, I need to go back, retrain our forces. Hang on, before we leave. You stay here.
General! Boarding! Aye, Captain. Yes, Captain! No more moves, sir! Imperator! March! Combining troops! Sir! Prepare fortifications!
What an incredibly
Onward!
good fort. I couldn't ask for a better one. Well, actually, if there was like one peasant, it would actually cost 0. Okay, so Marcus Julius, understanding of logistics. Alright, you'll become the faction heir. I mean, you got disinherited, which sucks, but oh well, I don't really need you to have lots of influence.
Sir!
There's quite a few disinherited people. Kind of makes me think that maybe I should have gone after Carthage, because at least I would have been able to keep building in that settlement, which could have been a large city by now. Who knows? It grows incredibly quickly. How about a unit of war dogs? Which are not really that useful, in my opinion, but they're sort of like archers, where you use the dogs as ammunition, but they very rarely are capable of taking out a whole unit. Unless it's like archers. That being said, I'd much rather use archers than the war dogs. Another good thing about them though is that they're cheap. And they do tie down enemy melee units. Alright, well they'll be back home soon. I'll probably disband the Velites, because I don't like them. Alright, moving on. So I think my army the Legion should be structured like this. 2 units of cavalry, I mean apart from the general. 2 units of missile units, so archers. Up to 2 units of auxiliary units, being mercenaries. And then the rest legionaries of some kind.
Fleet ready! Set sail! All ashore! Orders! Move out!
Oh god, they just
No
didn't
more
quite make it.
moves, sir. Orders! General!
So what was that? Our wife? Oh well. So these guys are, getting into their 20s and they haven't been married yet. It's because we don't have enough regions.
Your Honor. My way.
Fort's gone. So yeah, we need to start looking for the next place to attack. These guys will pretty much undoubtedly take that. like I said, we're just buying some time. We'll be back there soon and we'll crush them again.
Sir! Sir! General! Imperator!
Send you off ahead to get retrained. Oh, right, these ones need retraining as well. Okay, moving on.
We're under siege! Leaving the...
Oh, he died. Well, so ends Flavius Victor, who died at the age of 60, I think. Just in time for Marcus Julius to take command. Well, since our faction leader died, that makes this the end of the episode. And we have a 16-year-old, 17-year-old faction leader. Alright, cool. So, a little bit of an eulogy for what was his name again? God damn, I don't even know. It was, Flavius Victor. Flavius Julius Victor. So, well, no, he did a great job for the Romans, conquering northern Italy, Corsica, Sardinia, and southern Gaul. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, guys, so like and subscribe. Part 2 is next, following the life of Marcus Julius. And, yeah, don't forget to visit me on Facebook. See you next time, fuckers.